I'm Cameron Flowers, the Mallee Management Authority. I'm at the Incorporating Native Shrubs in the Grazing System site at Jil Jil, North of Birchip. This site has 6 native species of shrubs planted here. There are Old Man Saltbush, Silver Saltbush, Mallee Saltbush, Ruby Saltbush and Rhagodia. Now, these sites came about from our Enrich program, which was a trial site for a range of native shrubs for grazing, from which we picked the best 6 performing species for palatability, growth, recovery, and we then went to landholders who wanted to grow the shrubs for grazing and picked out paddocks on a farm scale where they could be set up in their paddock to suit their particular system. So this particular paddock has long corridors with 2 on each side of the paddock, and the corridors are about 10 hectares in total area, and the farmer has space in the middle for cropping or for sheep feed. So it was designed in conjunction with the farmer and their production objectives. We came to them with a site design and we then developed it into what they wanted and what would suit them best. So the idea is, once your site is established with these types of plants, they've then got a perennial system of feed here that they can then use for grazing. Grazing is an essential part of the management of these plants, usually once or twice a year, and it helps keep the plant viable and healthy, at the same time promotes bulk on the plant for feed and maintains continuous ground cover to avoid soil erosion at this site. These seedlings were all grown locally in the Mallee. They were then planted down and given a water. The plant you can see now is Mallee Saltbush, and these were planted in May 2015. So they'll take about 18 months to 2 years to establish, and then they're ready to graze. Then it's up to the farmer to come up here and graze and manage these shrubs for us. So the idea is trying to maintain a paddock that is, say, an odd size or heavy ground that you can't use. This stuff is suitable for your low productivity ground and gives you some flexibility to manage your paddock. So, as I've said, we've got a perennial system of feed. It's there all the time. It's basically like a perennial haystack. The sheep can come in and graze this in a feed gap type system. So again, it's got plenty of feed cover here with the rows fairly wide apart so we can maintain feed between the rows, and then the rest of the time the sheep or cattle have the great native shrubs to graze on as well. As I've said, this is all done in conjunction with the farmer. From the trial sites that we did to this paddock scale work and this system, it's adaptable. You could have a corner of your paddock, a large paddock, or as this paddock is done, in rows. So you still have the flexibility to graze where the fences can come down quickly, and then you have immediate access to graze the whole area. It's ideally suited to low productive ground or odd sized paddocks where, for example, your spray boom doesn't fit anymore, or the bar is too big for that piece of ground, or it's a piece of ground that only grows a crop 1 in every 10 years. So look, have a look at this as an alternative.